Your Excellencies, partners, young change makers, colleagues, good morning to everybody and welcome. Language education is a topic of critical importance for the entire UN system, but also for me as a long-timer UNICEF staff. I've worked in many countries throughout my career, and in each duty station where I've served, I've seen the importance of language for children's learning, for making children feel included and valued, for advancing their right to quality education. Indeed, the world of education has changed since the last time this conference met. The pandemic brought the largest disruption in the education in history and deepened what was already a learning crisis. But let us remember, the ones who had the most difficult time have been children. And today, more than ever, children are struggling to master the fundamental skills that build the foundations of their learning: reading, writing, counting, calculating. In our region, in Asian Pacific, almost half of the children who make it to the end of the primary school cycle, they still struggle to read a simple text. Children who cannot understand the language their teachers speak, those struggle even more. I'm sure all of us here know the feeling of being told something in a language we do not understand, whether it was for asking for directions, attending a meeting, or studying in a country not your own. We can all identify with that feeling of not understanding what someone is trying to tell us. We can all think of a time when we felt that sense of frustration, inadequacy. This is how children feel when they arrive at school and do not understand the language that's spoken by their teachers. And it's also how teachers feel when asked to teach in a language they do not speak so well. In some countries, large proportions of children are learning in a language that is different from the one they use at home. And some even face discrimination because of the language they speak. We believe that language is a powerful force for tackling the learning crisis, and it is an accelerator of foundational learning. We have years, decades of research confirming that children learn best when they are taught in a language they understand well. In fact, teaching children in a language they understand is one of the most impactful interventions for improving learning outcomes, improving children's learning in all subjects, including, crucially, learning national and international languages. And it does also promote social inclusion. It does promote parental engagement in the learning of their children. In our linguistically diverse region, home to more than half of all the world's languages, we cannot ignore the importance of language for children's learning. And this is why this event is so important. Last year, at the Transforming Education Summit, countries confirmed their commitment to improving foundational learning and reimagining education. Now, putting children's first language at the heart of learning creates truly transformative, inclusive, resilient education systems within the unique context and history of each one of your countries. And we are proud to work with partners like you to advance linguistic inclusion in education in the region. From generating evidence on the impact of mother tongue-based and multilingual education in Thailand, to modeling effective practices to reach linguistic minority children in Philippines, to exploring innovative ways to deliver multilingual education using digital technologies in Vietnam, to developing localized multilingual learning materials in Indonesia and in Pacific Island countries. We are also proud to have this Asia-Pacific Working Group on Mother Tongue-based and multilingual education that is making this conference possible. And I hope that all the debates, all the reflections that will happen this week will bring new insights, new collaboration, new commitment, new motivation. Language is key to unlock learning. We will continue to work together to harness its power and honor our joint commitment to children's right to quality education, to the right of each child to have the best possible quality of learning. Thank you.